swear. Spirit speaks and mystics listen, and today we have another pick-up card today. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so you can either choose card number 1 or card number 2, and I have the timestamps in the description below. Okay, let's get started. So if you chose card number 1, you got this card here. All right, so you have full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle is approaching. So if you're having tough times, difficult times, trying times, okay, they are finally coming to an end. All right, so the hard stuff is really going to get a lot easier for you guys. Card number 1. Also as well, I can see, like, you know, money is starting to finally come in. Doors are finally opening for you. Opportunities are finally coming in. So this is already a good sign. Okay, this is already a good sign. So let's see what tarot has for you. All right, Spirit, give me an accurate reading for this. All right, so first you have the Magician in reverse. All right, so probably the hard stuff was feeling like you didn't like have enough, right? Or you didn't, you know, you feel like you were working real hard, but you just never had everything that you needed. Also as well, like, I feel like for some of you wasn't as intentional as you thought. Like maybe you know, you just try to do things just to really get by, but like actually doing things to like really get you where you need to be at. You know what I mean? But it's definitely just a feeling of, oh, I'm not doing enough, or I am, you know what I'm saying, putting in all this work and things like that, and you feel like, oh, well, this isn't panning out how it should be, right? It's not manifesting as it should, or like your manifestations isn't getting off the ground. You know what I mean? So now, so also you have the Fool card, and you also have the 3 of Wands here. So with these cards here, you're really going on a new adventure, and you're going to execute your plans. You know what I'm saying? Now that the hard patch is really ending, now you finally can just move forward, right? Move forward into your adventures and really have faith in your dreams. Go after what you want. You're going to get a lot of growth, right? You're going to get a lot of growth. But, you know, finally you're going to get out of almost like that lack mindset as well, and feeling like things aren't manifesting as you want them to. And now you're diving out of that, and now you're getting into you're getting into this growth mindset. You're starting to become more abundant. You're starting to become more trusting in yourself and also your endeavors at this time, and believing like, oh, I'm going to continue to, you know what I'm saying, even though I've gotten here, I know that I can achieve more. And the more that you achieve, you're going to feel like you can achieve more. You know what I mean? So it's going to be that growth mindset, that continuous growth mindset. So that's going to be that as well. And then also we have the World at the bottom, right? The World card at the bottom. So with the World card, you're going to feel like, you know, everything is really coming full circle for you, right? You're completing, you're literally completing the cycle of this ending, right? Of the hard stuff ending, and now you're stepping into this new growth, right? This new growth in life, and you're going to feel like you're more seen, you're more recognized, and, you know, also as well, like, I feel like a portal is definitely opening up for you guys at this time. And then also right behind the World card is the Lovers card. So I can also see like relationships and things are improving as well, like a lot of improvement in that. And even something that's even better behind that card as well is the 9 of Pentacles, right? So with you having the 9 of Pentacles behind that, it's like you're getting rewarded as well for all the hard work you've been through, because you went through this test, right? Because it's really giving like a test trial period to see like, okay, is this person really serious about this? Are they willing to really graduate from this to go to the next level, right? And it seems like you have passed that test, card number one. You know what I mean? You have passed that test at this time, that you're going from, oh, tough times, feeling like you're not having enough, but you still continuing to grow, you still continuing to just continue, right? Despite feeling like you don't have everything that you need, to now the rough patches ended, you're continuing to grow, right? And I feel like as well, because this is a with this moon card, it's an earth sign, so this is probably like a long period of just hardship, right? Just a long period of hardship, a long period of just difficulties, right? Just a long period of that. So now finally, after all the tough stuff that you've been through, now it's finally time for you to just, you know what I'm saying, go on and just soar to the skies and go to the moon. Spirit, why is the Magician reverse? So we have the Emperor, and we also have the Two of Pentacles here. So that energy is really giving like, maybe you wasn't as disciplined, you know what I'm saying, in the past, and you probably, you know what I'm saying, learn from those mistakes, and also trying to maintain during that as well. Maybe you have learned that, oh, you from your mistakes, basically, right? Learning from those mistakes, learning from those type of moments during that time, right? Also as well, for some of you, maybe you had like somewhat of a control issue, right? Maybe you was just like, man, I can't let certain things leave me, or whatever the case may be, or even having those control issues. When you have control issues, one of the ways to deal, one of the ways that life is going to deal with that is taking things away from you regardless, right? Because when it comes to like control issues, or, you know, just having that conqueror type, holding on, attachment type of mindset, is life is going to eventually, you know, release itself from you, right? So certain things in your life probably left you, right? You felt like, oh, I don't have enough, I don't have this, and you're trying to control and manipulate certain things, right? Because of the attachments that you have in your life. But you have to understand that also, like, things are forever changing, right? Things are forever fluctuating, right? The law of impermanence, right? That's something else as well. And then we also have the Three of Swords here. So with the Three of Swords here, there definitely was a lot of suffering, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of just fresh wounds as well, dealing with certain stuff during that time. And, you know, that was definitely a lot of hardship. Maybe you felt like, you know, you just wasn't enough, or like all the stuff that you were doing just was not enough, right? You felt like, you felt very insecure in during the trying times, and you know, it was very hard for you. From what I see, it was very hard for you at that time, and you know, but you're getting out of that energy. Spirit, why is the Fool card here? So we have the Devil in reverse, and we also have the Seven of Swords here. So with these two cards being here, for one, you're starting off fresh, you're starting off on a clean slate. You learn from the lack of disciplines. You also have gotten out of the attachments, right? As I said, letting go of those attachments, right? And being comfortable letting go of those attachments. And also as well, let me get this straight here. And also as well, sorry about that. But also as well, right, seeing people for who they are, right? So you probably were, you know, attached to or with certain people that was just not for your good, and definitely slick and shady type of people, right? And they probably hurt you as well and caused that type of energy, right? Caused that type of energy, caused, you know what I'm saying, the pain, the heartbreak, things like that. Because this can also be relationships, romantic or platonic, right? And now you're letting those things go, right? You're letting go of the people, habits, thought patterns, and things that just no longer serve you, right? And you're also calling out bullshit for what it is. You know what I'm saying? You calling it out for what it is at this time. Yeah, you just really stepping into a new light, card number one. You're stepping into a new light. And I can also see, like, you know, your discernment is just on high at this time, right? You can smell foolishness a mile away. Okay, you can just do that. Next thing you know, you're just like, oh, you full of it. Oh, you are too. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't take you long to sniff out the foolishness, because at this point in time, you do not want to be thrown off your game and also fall into the same habits that you have in the past of being in that lack mindset of trying to control attachments and things like that, and having trouble maintaining at this time, right? Yeah, and then also as well at the bottom, we have the 4 of Wands as well. So with the 4 of Wands in this equation, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you're letting go of old foundations, right? You're letting the old foundation crumble, and you're just simply going on a new journey, right? So this can be literally uprooting your life. You could be moving, right? You could be going into a different place, a different area. You could also as well leave old relationships, right? Even old, like leaving marriages, right? Getting a divorce, or leaving, you know, relationships, letting go of your significant other, right? So yeah, it's just really, you know what I'm saying? Also as well, leaving the community in general, as I said, moving, right? You could also be moving from, you know, somewhere simple as like the other side of your city, or to a whole new city in your state, or to a whole new state. You know what I'm saying? Just moving across somewhere at this time. So take what resonates. So we have the Spirit White is the 3 of Wands here. All right, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we also have the King of Swords here. Okay, so with these 2 cards being here, it's about really being consistent, and also using the knowledge and the information that you have gathered from your previous experiences, right? So understanding that, hey, I can't control every outcome that's out of my control. I can also get out of this lack mindset and also call out people and certain habits and things for what they are. And I've learned from that, and getting out of that lack and going into abundance, right? Getting out of not having to I always have, or it's here already, or you know what I'm saying, getting into that type of mindset. Also as well, you know what I'm saying, not being shifty and not wavering, right? Because especially with the King of Swords here, this is somebody who's dependable. This is somebody who's going to show up. This is somebody who's also going to call it for what it is. This is somebody who is just solid, right? is a solid person, is a person of their word, right? Honor is very big for them. You know what I'm saying? Also as well, you could be somebody who's really working really hard to get to a certain position, right? To get to a big position for yourself. Okay, so I can definitely see you really working consistently, right? Really working consistently, being steady with what you do and things like that. Because especially with the Knight of Pentacles, right, it's not as fast as as you know, the I'll say like the Knight of Swords, or the Knight of Wands, or something like that. It's not as fast as those, right? It's not as swift. But because you're being consistent and you're using your mind and your intelligence, you're going to have rapid growth, more than you expect, right? You're going to be able to execute your plans properly. You're going to be able to really just execute all the things that you always wanted to do. And you know what I'm saying, despite what you have, you're going to be able to take nothing and have that mindset of, I can take whatever I got and turn it into something, right? You basically are going to become just a regular, you had a mindset that you were just a regular butter knife, and now you're becoming a Swiss Army knife. Like you're utilizing yourself a lot better and your gifts better. You're realizing that, oh, I'm a lot more valuable than what I give my own self credit for. So once you get out of this tough time, this tough patch that is approaching, you're going to, one, realize that, and also get out of that, get out of lack and get into abundance, okay? All right, card number 1. So if you made it this far into the video, I do appreciate it. You can also stay and watch card number 2 if you want to. But if this is the end for you, I do appreciate it. Give me a like, subscribe, and also comment as well and tell me what you think. Also as well, click the link in my bio for a personal reading from me, and also you can see my other social medias like TikTok and Instagram, okay? I appreciate it, card number 1. Thank you so much. All right, card number 2. So you have nothing is set in stone yet, mutable moon. Okay, so really this means that you can form, you can shape, you can really build this up how you want to, right? And really make it, you know what I'm saying, better for you as well, right? You can just really shape this situation to how you want to, mold it, right? Create something from it, okay? So this can, depending on how you look at it, this can be a good thing, right? This can be a very good thing because it's pretty much like the ball is in your court, you know what I mean? So it's like, because things aren't necessarily set in stone yet, you're still forming stuff with the clay, right? You're still forming things, you're still creating things, and you can create them as big as you want them to be, okay? So let's see what Spirit has for you guys. Spirit, give me the most accurate reading for card number 2. Okay, so first we have the 7 of Wands. So you're really in that energy of, you know, setting boundaries for yourself, right? Understanding that, hey, not everybody can have access to me, right? Because when I see this card, I just imagine people just feeling like they have, you know, access to you. Meanwhile, you're just like, no, like, this is how you're going to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how you're going to deal with me from now on, or I'm not going to necessarily put up with this, right? These are the things, this is how you deal with me as a person. You know what I'm saying? Setting up those boundaries and letting people know, like, hey, like, it's not going to be how it used to be, okay? It's not going to be how, you know, it once was. And especially with the Devil card here in reverse, and then we also have the Queen of Wands here, like, you know, you're kind of out of this karmic type of energy, right? This attachment type of energy. Like, you're going to enjoy your independence now, especially with this Queen of Wands here, because Queen of Wands here, like, she knows that she's a strong individual, right? You can also be a fire sign as well. Yeah, you can also be a fire sign as well. I can see that also. But just someone who's very strong, independent, you know, also very charismatic, very smooth, right? Very funny as well. But you're just like, hey, I'm somebody who's dope, and I'm not gonna be in these relationships or these situations or do these certain habits that just don't serve me no more. Like, why would I be in these certain situations when I know I'm a dope person? I'm somebody who's very creative, who's very courageous, right? Who's has a lot of potential, right? Who has that fire, that passion within me. Why would I want to be attached to somebody else who's going to siphon that from me, who's going to suck that from me, right? And we have at the bottom, we have the Lovers card. So you want to be in actual fulfilling partnerships and relationships, something that is actually for you, something that's better for you, right? So that's why you're at this time just like, hey, I don't need you around, especially if you're just going to be just an attachment, a leech towards me, right? And, you know, not necessarily love me for me or be around me for me. Like, it's more so of like the feeling that I give you, not myself. You know what I'm saying? So at this time, it's like, for now, you're enjoying your independence and realizing like, I am valuable, I'm worthy, right? So now you're just like, I'd rather just hold off until some worthy suitor or like certain people come along that aligns themselves with me, right? Not necessarily the same, but y'all are on similar wavelengths. You get what I'm saying? So Spirit, why is the 7 of Wands? Okay, so we have the we have this card here and this card here, right? So with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, we also have the King of Cups. You're really trying to protect yourself, or at least protect your opportunities that you have created for yourself, right? And also as well, like, you're more wise and more mature, right? I feel like in the past, like, maybe you have been with certain people or done certain things and you were like, oh man, right? You've probably done certain things with certain people. Like, for an example, right? You were probably the person that like gave a lot, right? Gave a lot to an individual, or even your friends, right? Like, you're probably the friend that, you know, buy everybody around the drinks, or you the friend that would, oh, you know what I'm saying, I'm willing to listen to you and things like that or whatever. But now that you have built something for yourself, now you're more wise about who you do that with, right? You're more wise about, oh, okay, I can't do this with this person because I know what type of person they are. They're with me for these benefits, for these opportunities that I have for myself. So with you learning that, you're just like, hey, I'm not going to just give my opportunities away to anybody, and Spirit won't allow you to do that either. So, you know, because now you're more mature, especially emotionally, right? And understanding that I have to set boundaries and protect my opportunities, the things that I created for myself, especially like the opportunities that are coming towards me as well, right? Because especially when I see this card in reverse, like, Spirit or even yourself, it's just like, nah, this is for me. This is for myself. I'm not finna give this to everybody else. This is for me. I understand of why you're around me is because I have this thing, right? So that's how I really see that as well. And especially with the Death card in reverse as well. You don't want to go back into that stagnant type of energy, right? You don't want to go back into those cycles, right? You don't want to go back from not transforming, right? Because you're transforming into somebody that you always wanted to become, and people might see that and also see the opportunities that come in your way, and now they want to come your way. You get what I'm saying? Spirit, why is the Devil card in reverse? Yeah, so you have the 6 of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So what I'm getting from that concerning the Devil card is like, I feel like maybe certain people from the past remember you, right? I feel like you live in their head rent free. And, you know, also as well, I can say like, you remember the certain karmic connections that you have in the past. And I feel like some of you out there, card number 2s, I feel like some of you out there are considering or just going out there and dating at this time, seeing what's out there for you and things like that. But you're discerning though, because you remember, oh, these are these type of people, this is what they do, this is what their traits are and things like that. Because at the end of the day, you were somebody who was like, you know what, I'm not going to deal with these type of people because they like to siphon energy. They like to take energy, they like to suck up energy, things like that. So it's just like understanding those past experiences, right? Because you are somebody who looks good. You are somebody again who is charming. Like who, hey, y'all card number twos, y'all are very charming people. Like for one, you have the queen of wands, and you have the knight of cups. So it's like you are a real catch to people. You are a real catch to people to the point where these people are having like memories and things about you and stuff like that, and probably reminiscing about the fun times you had. You know what I'm saying? Even like the sexual things and stuff like that. Like they just, you just in people's head rent free. To the point where it's just, you know, to the point where it's like, man, I remember when I did this with so and so, I remember when I did that with so and so. Like they think about you often, I feel like, especially because you're no longer to them, right? And I can also see this as like a no contact type of situation. Like you're just like, you know what, I no longer want to do this no more, and you just probably like stop talking to this person or block this person or unfollow this person or whatever the case may be. And now you're just like, you know what, I'm finna just move move myself and really create opportunities for myself and understand I'm a great catch, and just, you know what I'm saying, be with other people that have better experiences and also discern at this time. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that as well for sure. So it's like, you know, especially with this card here, right, of things not being set in stone, it's you're just at a point where it's like, I'm not gonna let these bad experiences that I had dictate how I live my life and how I maneuver, right? Or in the sense of like, I'm not going to act like I'm unhealed in a way, right? Because I can definitely tell like you did some healing and things like that, and also upped more your discernment and boundaries, right? To the point where it's like, hey, like, I'm not going to deal with this certain type of foolishness because I know I'm a great person, I'm a great catch. I can just, you know what I'm saying, find someone who is better, right? Not necessarily having a disposable mindset, but just like you're just finding better, you're discerning a lot better. You know what I'm saying? You're discerning a lot better at this time. And then with the justice here, right? You're being a lot more balanced of a person. I feel like also as well, good karma is coming your way because you have learned. You know what I'm saying? You have learned, because some people don't learn. You know what I'm saying? Or like in their path, like they just continue to be stuck in those type of loops. But because you've learned, okay, I shouldn't be around this individual, I shouldn't do this thing, or I shouldn't, you know what I'm saying, or should be attached to this type of behavior, right? Because you've learned those things, you're being rewarded and you're looking good doing it. You get what I'm saying? Spirit, what is the Queen of Wands here? That's crazy, because these two cards came out in card number one, but they're here again. So with the Fool card and the Two of Pentacles, like you're balancing this new way of life, you're having a lot of new energy towards life at this time, and you're balancing it at this time. You're trying to maintain it, right? And I can tell that you're doing well, but you're also going out on faith also, like, hey, I'm a good catch. I'm sure I can find somebody better. I'm sure that, you know what I'm saying, because there are opportunities coming your way, and you're balancing your money pretty well at this time too, and also your emotional state. You're not allowing things to get you in a rut, right? You're not allowing things or people or old people to really stop your opportunities and things like that. You're really trying to take control and mold this situation. That's why, like, with this mutable moon here, nothing is yet set in stone, right? So it's like you're really alchemizing this situation to your benefit, right? Instead of being attached to this person, you're like, hey, you know what? Maybe I should do this instead. Maybe I should do something different instead of just staying in this type of cycle with these certain individuals. You get what I'm saying? So it's just overall, it's a good situation to be in. especially because you have opportunities coming your way. You get what I'm saying? You have opportunities coming your way. You know what I'm saying? Even though these old people you used to deal with seems like they're thinking about you and also the old times, you're just like, I'm just gonna move on from that. I'm gonna move on from that. I'm gonna do something different, right? I want to see different people, have different experiences, better experiences. And on top of that too, you're just going along in a different direction in your journey, which is going to benefit you more because you realize your worth. You get what I'm saying? So there's that as well. So I guess that's the end of that. Yeah, I guess that's the end of that. I have nothing else really to say. I'll be honest, I have nothing else really to say. So if you made it this far into the video, I do appreciate it. Give me a like and also subscribe as well. You can also click in the description for my link as well if you want a personal reading from me. Also as well, you can also look at my other social media like TikTok and Instagram as well. So I do appreciate y'all. Card number 2. Y'all have a good one.